And we're back. It's Anton, Black Dad's Lives. Thank you for coming back for another episode.
And it's me, Dash, my son's favourite dad, Black Dad's Lives. We're out here, Christmas time.
Welcome back, guys. It's Carlos from Black Dad's Lives. Enjoying the season.
Yo, listen, what's happening, guys? You know who it is. It's your boy. This week's episode is sponsored by Jam Noir, which is a Black-owned, Black-founded jam company making jam exactly like your grandma used to. Well, not my grandma, but you get what I'm saying. Boys, listen, girls, listen. If you want new, fresh, homemade jam for the Christmas season, hit up jam_noir on Instagram. You know the vibes.
Jeez.
This week, obviously, with the time of the year, we're just going to talk about Christmas, innit? So I think probably the best place to start for me is your most memorable Christmas moments, innit? So whether that's opening presents, like when being young, whether it's giving presents, whether it was from family, we just joke from playing board games, like, yeah, man, like, you want to take it away? One of you, man, go first, innit?
I'm jumping in before you, man, start, yeah? Yo, listen, right, Christmas in my household, right? Listen, it's simple, bro. It's all about the family, innit? Like, the presents when you were younger were like the most important thing in the entire world. But when you look back, it's the memories that you've got with family, innit? Which you remember. Like, I can't remember what I got for my Christmas, like, really, but I remember the memories, bro. It's just the memories, fam. Everyone sat around the dinner table, busting enough joke, being bare loud. I don't even know what's going on. I know I'm happy to be around family, you get me? Like, eating a good food, having a laugh. It's just family, bro. It's just all about family for me, man. Family and food. Yeah.
Which order?
Family.
Which order?
Yeah. Which order? It depends if grandma's cooking. If grandma's cooking, then food might come first still. But family, then food. Family, then food. Definitely.
Okay. Yeah, that's proper. Same. When I was younger, obviously, I loved Christmas. Like the same thing, family. Obviously, your family probably won't even see you for a time, and then Christmas comes and everyone just links up. So it's just one of those joyous occasions. Obviously, with us, like my mum's originally born in Wolverhampton, so obviously we used to always like mix up Christmas between Manchester and Wolverhampton. We always usually used to spend it in Manchester, but then we'll go down to Wolverhampton. But then, like I said, it was like you had multiple Christmas days because obviously each setting, everyone's just ready for your arrival. Do you know what I mean? So whole period from Christmas up until New Year's, it was just mad. It's like the amount of things that were just going on between that period. Obviously, it's unforgettable. But as you get older, though, it kind of like dies out. I'm not sure about how you, man, feel.
Nah, it does, man.
Yeah, because I loved Christmas. I still do now. It's always just been good to see everyone because you just knew, like, right, this time I'm going to see this person. Or, I can't wait for, like, Anton to come back up from wherever.
Yeah. See your cousins, innit?
And this happened. You're like, it's going to be so much jokes if we go there. And then everyone just turns up and then it goes off from that minute and you're just
And you never want to leave with it. You never actually want to leave. Like, I think that was my biggest problem. Like, for the same time I was anywhere, I was just like, okay, nah, I want to stay just in case I miss out on some form of joke.
Just in case you miss
might not even be happening, but I'm like, something's going to happen. You know what I mean?
You get up extra late. You get up extra early for Christmas, the excitement in the morning.
Facts, man.
It's not ending because no one wants to go to bed, because no one wants to go home. No one wants to be the first.
Yeah.
And then you get dragged home at some point when you're young anyway.
When we were younger, did you go to bed early on Christmas Eve just to wake up early so you could open up your presents and that? Or did you just stay up late?
I couldn't sleep. I could never sleep on Christmas Eve. No chance, fam. I could not sleep on Christmas Eve for shit, bro. Now, my mum would be like, yo, listen, go sleep now or Santa's not coming. I'm like, yo, I'm trying.
When I was younger, when I was younger, I used to go sleep early, innit? Like, obviously, the sooner you go to bed, the sooner you can wake up.
You can wake up, yo, trust.
But then, obviously, when I started to get older, like we started to go midnight mass with my granny.
Oh yeah.
So it's one of them really where if you go in midnight mass, and do you know what? When I think back now, I think the reason probably why we started going midnight mass is because either was gonna go midnight, or Christmas Day, or sometimes
both.
It's a bit much. You get me? I was like, Mum, come on, like.
Wait, last night, innit? Allow it.
So if it was like Christmas Eve, you go midnight mass. It's like it's sick anyway because like young, it's like it's dark, innit? It's nighttime.
I'm going out. You're going raving, innit?
Yeah. I'm out.
You get me? And then the other side to it is then when you get home, you're tired anyway.
Yo,
so you go and sleep. Do you know what I mean? Like it's one of them where you go to sleep, but I don't know. Like for me, mine's still the same. Like with you, man. Like with family and memorable, and it's right actually because I don't remember any of my presents. The only one present I remember getting, was when my dad was bad mind and my mum was part of it as well. So she's
and you'd always remember those bad mind ones, isn't it?
Yeah. And it was the year the PlayStation 2 came out. Yeah, everybody was getting one, bro. Everybody was getting one. And I was like, oh, I want a PS2 in it. Guess what I wanted for Christmas all year? All I said was PS2. PS2. You get me? Christmas Day come, I open up my presents. I'm all excited. One of the boxes looked like a PS2. That's what I went for first. It wasn't a PS2. Open the boxes, open all the presents. And you know, one of them ones where I was brought right in it. So I know that if I'm openly ungrateful, it's not going to be received very well, is it? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's one of them where I sort of had to... Like I sat there because even after that, which I thought was a bit bad-minded, I was looking around at what I had and looking around what everyone else has in it, and I'm thinking, yo, I've done shit this year. You get me?
Yeah, you do it, man. You
did it in my PlayStation. You did it in my PlayStation, and I've done shit. I'm looking at my little brother like Ryan, look what he's got. Looking at my sister.
Yeah, you do it, man.
You get me? And then my dad or mum must be like, oh, you all right? You happy with what you got? And I was like, oh, yeah. Do you know what I mean? But I think my face said it all, you get me? But I was like,
so the joke was only played on you? It was only played on you?
Yo, the joke was only played on me, Dash.
Nah, that's deep.
And do you know how deep it was? You know how deep it was, yeah? My mum and dad said, oh, can you go get me that box that's underneath your bed? And I was, what, underneath my bed? It was like, went upstairs and there was a Christmas present underneath my bed with Anton on it. I thought, you're taking a piss. Took it out, and obviously took it downstairs, opened it up, and there was my PS2 in it. And I was like, I was buzzing, but why? Do you know what? It would be better if we got up at like something like 6 a.m, it's early times. I didn't get that till about midday.
Yeah.
Wait until I let you know about our story, but continue.
I know your story, actually. He just come back to me. But anyway, Right. So for me, it was a bit more. It was family, innit? It's family getting together, and like
it has to be.
We used to go to different places as well. So like both grandparents' houses, and like you said, part of it was the presents, innit? So we knew like we're gonna go to my mum's side, presents. My dad's side, presents. We'll go back home, and then people come to our house. Presents,
presents,
just presents upon presents. Like I think that's how in my head I registered it when I was younger. But then now when I look back on it, like you touched on, I think it was you that said it, Jason. You don't really remember what you actually physically got. You actually remember all the memories. So like playing Uno, playing you know what I mean? Monopoly, like all them mad things. Or when everyone used to go mad at each other, like we used to play password in my family as well. This thing where you click it and you look down, you got to describe the word, you get me? And one of my uncles, for some weird reason, we played the damn game every year, but every year he forgets his glasses in it. And then you see him trying to borrow someone's glasses and looking down and doing it. And it's all joke. And then because my dad's so competitive and wants to win, we always put him and my uncle on the same team because it's funny. Because you know there's going to be eruptions, and then next minute, dad and my uncle are there clashing. You get me? On my dad, you could just see it on his face. And because no one else sees it, but me and my siblings, we know my dad like the back of our hand, innit? So even when he's like trying to smile like he's not wound up, we know he is, innit? So we're just
vexed, innit?
But yeah, sorry, that's just really that was a bit.
These are bad
I
vibes.
think it is the memories.
No, but then that's what I'm saying to say. It's crazy because, like, obviously, like the whole family get together. Like I said, it should happen throughout the.
It should happen more than once a year.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's why I think it's quite sad because I was saying, I can't remember the other day. I said, right, even if you linked up with your family once a month, that's only 12 times in a year.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? When you deep it like that, it's actually mad. Obviously, yeah, I get it. If you're seeing each other all the time, you're probably like, nah, I'm going to allow it. I'm not going to that occasion or something like that because you see them all the time. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But obviously, when it's Christmas, you just have to make that effort in reality. Because everyone has to be seen over that period of time, man. That's what you have to instill in the younger kids as well, just to keep the vibes and going, just like everyone actually knows each other. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
it's true.
It's mad. What were you saying before there, Jason?
I was going to say, no. You're similar to Anton's story. I think we've all got one of them stories where your parents just pulls fuckery on you at Christmas. Like, I think we all have. Like, I've got a similar one, Anton, but mine was with the N64, innit? Like,
okay.
Because you know them ones, innit? I was like brought up, like, you know, you get presents at birthday and Christmas, innit? Like, in between, you're waiting. Like, we all always have that fucking friend who mum didn't fucking adhere to the rules, innit? So
they got like everything straight away, innit? As soon as it comes out, they've got it. Yeah.
So I'd be like, yo, mum, Christmas coming, N64. Listen, Christmas. Like, motherfucker, it's fucking March right now, fam. What are you talking about Christmas? Christmas. We'll see what Santa brings you. But it's one of them ones that you just learn to be patient and wait. And you know, obviously, growing up, sometimes your parents can't afford shit and whatever. And like, it's hard, isn't it? So you're like, all right, cool, Christmas, see what happens. So I remember Christmas come, and we go to Nottingham for our Christmas. And we always go either late Christmas Eve or early Christmas morning. And obviously, as a youth, you're like, fucking, I'm missing out on Christmas opening presents time. Like, I'm driving to Nottingham, innit? So my mum was like, all right, listen, this year, you can open one present before you get to grandma's. I'm like, all right, cool. So she goes, all right, go in the lounge, open a present. From I ran down that fucking stairs, running, seen this box, N64 size, innit? N64 size.
You know the size.
Bet. Scrambled it open, bro. Opened it, yeah. Bam, N64 box. Oh my God, gassed. Mum was like, I'm not sure if they give me the right one though. Have a look inside, see if there's anything inside. Bam, opened the box, man. It was a fucking toy car or some shit, fam. It was a toy car, yeah. I look up at the toy car. I look at my mum and dad, just busting up. Listen, there was a toy car in the box. There was no N64. I didn't get the N64 until like the fucking 28th or some shit. Like they dragged the joke out for that long, bro.
Yo,
dragged it out.
Stop it.
Yeah.
That is.
Real talk.
I was traumatized.
I feel your pain.
I was traumatized from a few hours.
Jason, I feel your pain.
You feel my pain?
Yo, I feel your pain, bro.
Listen,
do you know what?
Mom, hold on, let me address some childhood issues, man. Mom, look, I don't want to sound like ungrateful and shit, Mom. You get me? Listen, I appreciate everything you and Dad have done for me, but that was a fucking joke. Don't ever do that shit. Don't ever do that shit again, Mom.
That is a violation, bro.
Oh my God, bro.
That is a violation.
Listen, man, them, yeah. But between me and you, in the same breath, yo, I cannot wait to do that shit to my youth whenever I have it.
Do you know what? I'm not sure. You know what? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I thought about it, but then I remember the pain. The actual pain. Same situation as you, Jason.
Yeah, hit me.
It was the PlayStation, the original PlayStation.
Yeah.
Oh, great. Yo, bro, me and Carson are fast, yeah. So the presents were wrapped. This was before Christmas.
Way before Christmas.
Way before Christmas,
you know.
Way before Christmas. So my mum and dad, they've done a good job. They wrapped the presents and everything.
Yeah, they were that shit
Obviously, me and
organised.
Carlos sneaking around the house looking to see where these presents were. Gone into my mum's wardrobe. Seeing a box. I was like, oh, Carlos, that is a PlayStation. And Carlos said, no, it's not. I was like, I think it's a PlayStation. Yo, that's than that. What did it do? I turned the box and I peeled it. A little tiny peel.
Perfectly.
perfectly. Wherever I peeled it, PlayStation side.
PlayStation.
I'm telling you.
It's not even Christmas yet. We were gassed. We were like, oh my gosh, can't we?
Yo, gassed. I peeled it in a perfect spot. It was right on the little sign. And I was like, yo. So obviously, I don't even know. I'm sure they must have known from where we're like, this is probably celebrating upstairs and that, you know.
Yo, what date was this year? How early was this?
Yo, this was early. Like it was a good week before Christmas. A good week before Christmas. I'm telling you, that was a week before Christmas, like, because we was just like, I was sneaking out of the house and I knew where they kept all the presents. So thinking, why are you going to try and hide them from us?
You know.
It's right in the back of the wardrobe behind everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's come to Christmas Day now, and we're thinking, we know we've started it. And no. Actually, let me just rewind it. Christmas Eve, so it's coming up to midnight. My mum used to let us open up like one present. It's like, do you want to open up a present? Like, yeah. And let's open up this one. Mum's like, are you sure? It's a big present. Like, don't you want to just open up a little one and open up a big one on like Christmas Day? And we're like, no, we want to open up this one. Mum's like, this one. Like, she's like, oh no, pick another present. So like, oh damn, gonna have to wait till tomorrow now. So we've gone to sleep. Woke up next day, we're like, oh yeah, can we open it? So we finally got to open it. Lo and behold, PlayStation, we're gassed. We're buzzing. I think, I told you, Carlos, I told you. Obviously, we already done new. We opened up the box, and there was a bag of books in there. Books. I'm telling you, there was about 10 books in there, like books on books on books, like number books, addition, multiplication, and I swear that I think I probably even started crying. I think I started crying, and I was like, Mum was like, what? She's like, I had nowhere to put them, so I borrowed the PlayStation box from your uncle. I mean, like, what? And then, I think, when we spoke to them, they had a PlayStation. So we're like, rah. They actually don't use their box. And I actually cried. And like, And that was that.
So you should have.
And that was that, though.
Oh,
obviously, we've gone off to Wolverhampton. Come back. We've opened up every single one of our presents. Still no PlayStation. And obviously, my dad's one of them. He's probably like how I do it now. He's one of them long guys. He doesn't open up his presents. He'll probably open one up each day until until his birthday, which is in November next year. So I swear down, this is like past the new year come. I swear the new year had come. And then my dad opened up. It was a shoebox, and inside the shoebox, the PlayStation was there. And I was like, nah, you just took the piss. You actually took the piss. I know.
So was the PlayStation for you or for your dad?
Well, it was ours because I don't know actually to this day. But no, it was ours because obviously why would they put books in there? So that was like manipulation in the finance.
It was their PlayStation, man.
Yeah, that's manipulation in the finance.
Was just playing games, man.
But she's like, oh, I wish I recorded that and sent that to you. You've been framed. I would have got £200 for that.
Nah,
like, just you would have. You would have
done
real tears, like real life tears, over a game console. Come on, man. Bad man.
So did you have to ask your dad to play PlayStation or what? Like,
no. To be fair, we didn't have to ask him. You know, after that whole situation, because obviously you just played on it at night. We just had the freedom in the day. But your own PlayStations were going off. Even the PlayStation 2. When Anton got the multi-tap as well.
The multi-tap, the multi-tap. Who had the multi-tap was goddamn Lord, bro. Like
the multi-tap went off. The
multi-tap to the party. Jeez.
Yo, trust me.
Now I remember though, with my PS2, when my dad brought home GTA, and I got in it, and then it turned around to me and goes, "No, that's my game.
Can't play this."
I looked at him and I was like, "What? For my PlayStation, that's your game?" And he was like, "Yeah." And he didn't let me play that for a time. And until I just said to my mum, I was like, "Mum, eh?"
I was going to say, I remember going to your house and watching your dad play that game.
Yeah, I remember as well.
We could play it, but my dad used to watch. My dad would let me watch it, and then one time,
YouTube.
I must have said something to my mum, like, "Oh, can I play GTA?" And she's like, "In your dad's game," I was like, "Are you old enough to play it?" And I was like, "Well, I'm old enough to watch it." But I said, "I'm old enough to watch it," and she was like, "Yeah, true. Go on then." So I was like, "All right." And then my dad came in, and he was like, "Walked in, like, you all right, son?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he took, and I was like, "Yeah." Playing on the PlayStation and GTA, and he just sort of shrugged his shoulders and walked on. So I was like, "Yeah, that's me,
Yeah, I think so. That was probably one of my most memorable Christmas. I think, along with, I can't remember. One time I was at my grandma's. Yeah, I think it was snowing. It was all gas because my grandma, where she lives next door to her sister. Okay. So obviously both sets of the families, like, we're just all there. So obviously all the families are like close and interlinked and that. I remember we got a football. Do you remember, Carlos? We got a football, yeah. And this is like at midnight before we ran out because it was snow. We got the football, thinking, yeah, we're gonna play football outside. Boom, boom, boom. Jordan got the ball, yeah, with his first kick. My man kicked it and it hit a spike. And the ball just
locked off the game.
Like, that was the first kick as well. So everyone was, everyone was just gassed, and then after that, everyone just deflated and just had to go back inside. Jordan locked off the game, locked it off one time. I was so bad.
Carlos, what you're saying, fam, what's your most memorable Christmas memory?
It's going to be the PlayStation one, because that one.
Okay, listen, guy. What's your second most memorable Christmas moment, bro?
I'm thinking I can't remember exactly what year it was, but when we all started drinking for Christmas, at Christmas, when we were all allowed to drink snowballs and stuff. Yeah, I know. So this is young, but started drinking in it. So then people just getting liquored rapid, and we were just laughing at each other, getting drunk.
Taking down them 1% snowballs.
Yo, trust me.
Today, I feel like I should have bought ready for this Christmas.
I'm gonna go out and buy some snowballs now, though.
No, you can make it yourself, You can make it yourself. Just made it a bit stronger, innit?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to grab that recipe then.
Yo, snowballs and cherry bees and them ones there. Do you know what I mean? Remember them ones when you're young as well? You're drinking a Schler and you're thinking that you're sick.
Yeah, the Schler, cracking the Schler open, bro.
I want some Schler.
That was your thing. That was, we used to get Schler. You only used to get spoilt with that sort of thing when we got to your house. At my house, straight up juice. At my house, straight up juice. There was no Schler coming out on no special occasions. You was getting at Robinson's. You was getting at Robinson's cordial no matter what time.
The big 2-litre bottle, is it?
Yeah, them big 2-litre bottles, mate. Don't you worry. Yeah. I'll dilute your drink. Don't you worry about Schler.
Schler was going off, mate.
Yo, Schler, what's going off? I'm just letting you know that there's an option in my house, isn't it? Like, yo. Actually,
obviously, think about it. There's 4 of you, isn't it? So that drink will go quick.
That wasn't the reason, because we used to have J2Os.
I know it wasn't.
Because we used to have J2Os, didn't we? Like the bottles of J2Os for no reason. Mum like, oh yeah, I'll get J2Os in for Christmas.
See them drinks are special occasion drinks, like no one.
Yeah, man. Yeah, you can't the random Thursday.
You can't touch them early. It's like Laura. He does it now, yeah. Do you know what? I just laugh in it because the kids get gassed. I'm doing a Christmas shop. Nobody touch it until Christmas. Do you know what I mean? So she'll put certain things in there in the cupboards and that, and bring certain things in. Now walk in, I'll be like, oh, snap, that looks nice. It's for Christmas. I'm like, it's Christmas Eve. It's not Christmas Day yet. And I'm like, so you can't touch anything till actual Christmas Day. And then after Christmas Day, it's a free-for-all. It's even like the little, yo, do you remember at my house when my mum and dad used to get them little chocolate? My mum and dad. My dad didn't get involved. But my mum used to get them little chocolate for ice cream. My dad,
those.
Jason, one sec, let me pause. You laugh. My bro, yeah. But my dad was as surprised as what we was when we opened our Christmas present.
I think most people's dads are.
My dad did not know what was the Christmas.
Oh my, yeah.
Also,
You won't be like, you won't be like, look what you've got. I hope I'm not like that.
When I got to the age now, when you started clocking in that your dad didn't have a fucking clue what's going on, and he'd open some shit. Oh, thanks, mum. Oh, and thank you, dad.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks, dad. Oh, yeah, man. So you don't have a clue what's going on. You don't have a clue.
Yo,
the thing is, now, my mum was slicking. My mum used to like write presents up, like just from dad. Like, listen to my son, like from dad. Like, I didn't open this shit. Oh, dad! Oh, thank you. What me getting?
What me getting?
Yeah, man. Like it? You like it? Right one? Is the right one? All right. Yeah, man. You're welcome, son. You're welcome.
But, you know what though? If I'm honest, I get a bit like that.
Yeah.
But it's only because of how many things Law would get in it.
So much going on in there's so much going on. Yeah.
So the main stuff, like the main presents for the kids, I know what it is in it. Because obviously we talk about it, we discuss it.
Yeah.
But like, we've got their shopping now. We've got all their Christmas presents. We've had them easily for over a month, probably. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So for me, it's like
by the
time we wrap it, like when we come to wrap them on, I'll be wrapping them, and as we're wrapping them, I'm going, "Whose is this? When did you buy this?" Do you know what I mean? And Lord, look at me.
That's women, in it. Women always.
You was with me. Yeah. Also, she gets additional things. Yeah. I try blagging it as well sometimes and says, "Oh, you was with me," and I'm like, "I wasn't." Well, yeah, you ordered it online. I was like, "I didn't." You know what I mean? But yeah, because she likes the kids to be more even in what they want. You know, like money spent. Whereas I'm not really bothered in it. So like,
you're saying,
if they want something, if they ask for whatever they want, then for me, I'll just go. If obviously within reason, we'll just get them. Do you know what I mean? And then if it's like there's a disparity of like £100, that's £100. Whereas Laura will be like, oh, £100 different. Should we get some stocking fillers?
Yeah, like it's mad because obviously the different ages. Do you know what I mean? So obviously, that's what I think is like imperative. Obviously, the different ages, so you shouldn't necessarily be getting. Because obviously, when I was growing up, I used to always want things that Carlos had. So obviously, I'd be like, I want that. Carlos got, I want it, but then I'm like, obviously, in reality, I'm younger, so I shouldn't necessarily have that. Do you know what I mean? Like in a few years' time, maybe in 3 years' time, I should be able to get what Carlos did have at that very moment of time. Do you know what I mean? But, with the age difference, do you know what I mean? It's like you can't really put a value on it.
That's what I'm saying for me, because Layla, for me, she'll be happier with simpler things, and it's like even with boys and girls clothing, as you know, for all the ages, they're at an age now where with Layla, Laura will still go in Sainsbury's and just pick up some clothes for Layla and not think anything of it, or go and grab Layla. Well, we'll get clothes for Tyler from next as well, but go and grab Layla some clothes from next. Whereas Tyler, when he's wearing most of his clothes, he won't just have like River Island clothes on. Like normally he will have like some sort of brand on there, even if it's just from JD, like his little joggers, do you know what I mean? Or trainers. And when you compare the cost from the two, so even just getting him one clothing outfit to a Layla outfit for Layla is completely different anyway. And this is where
you can get multiple things, but then I think that's women in general, though, with their clothes. Because obviously, man, you can in reality wear your clothes like numerous times and whatnot. Obviously, in this day and age, obviously social media, some people may not want to do it or take pictures because they're wearing the same clothes. I don't know. Some people like that, but I feel like girls are like that a lot, though. I think girls are like that a lot. Like, oh, I've worn this outfit already. Oh, I've took this picture, and that we can get away because in reality, it's a jeans and we're wearing a shirt. Do you know what I mean? In reality, we can wear those things like on multiple occasions unless that really does stand out. Do you know what I mean? So I feel like, yes, in general, even like having a son, I probably wouldn't spend as much on clothes as I probably would if I had a daughter. Do you know what I mean? That's what I personally think. You probably spend more.
So vice versa,
Yeah. But obviously, you probably, like you said, you get more outfits for whatever you're spending on your son in it. Do you get me? So I don't know. It's a bit mad.
Yeah, no, I'm just one where I'm not really bothered. For me, like if they want their main things, but then like my kids, they're mad. Like they want something all year round and they're excited for something. Like Tyler, he's been, well, what did he want this year? He's some scooter, electric scooter or something like he wanted. And he's going on about. It's like, right, okay. Me and Laura find it, we get it, order it, it's here, it's done, dusted. Sent his Christmas list off like 2 months ago. And then now the guy's walking around saying, I can't wait for Christmas. And we're like, oh, why? What for? And he's like, for my camera. You're like, what? Like, what?
Where did that come from?
Yeah. I was like,
scooter, yeah? Scooter.
And I was like, did you put that on your list? And he was like, yeah, I'm sure I did. You didn't. I remember your list, son. You didn't put it on your list. And he's looking at me and he's like, Santa knows. Santa knows.
His secret list of Santa, you know. One, two.
One of them ones where you have to deal with it.
Santa knows, bless him.
But sorry, just to ask you another question then, because one thing that I realised, and I probably touched on this when we was probably talking on a mental health podcast, I'm not sure, but it's obviously relevant now, on how you see people getting into debts, etc. with Christmas. Like, what's your views on that? Like, if your kids, obviously Carlos, Dash, and Jason, obviously, if you had them there now, yeah, and there's at a certain age where they was asking for certain items that you was thinking, if I go and buy this now, I'm going to be paying this off until next Christmas.
Yeah.
Like, what would your thought process be with that? Would you feel like maybe, I don't know if it's peer pressure to do it because you're not exactly, your child's not your peer, do you know what I mean? But you'll be pressured as a father just to be able to provide what they would want, do you know what I mean?
I think if I was to be honest on that one, I think I see it from both points of views, to be honest. I understand that the parents who can't necessarily afford to give the children, everything they want, but they want to give the children everything they want or everything that they never had growing up or whatever, do you know what I'm saying? So I think I understand it. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, my opinion is when I was growing up, we couldn't afford everything that I wanted. You know what I'm saying? Like, my parents used to provide for me and my brother very, very, very well. But there was things my mum would just say, yo, I can't afford it. You know what I'm saying? And obviously as a youth, you think, fucking hell, man.
Just go to the bank.
Yeah. Yo, why's my
We're poor, we're broke.
Yeah. But I mean, you do, feel a way in it. But in the same breath, I was always raised that you got what you were given and you were grateful for it. And I think for parents to go into debt for their children and at Christmas, I get it, and I won't ever talk bad about it. But I do think there's got to be a level in it. Like, if you're putting it on a credit card and you can afford to meet the minimum payments or you can afford to pay it off and repay it, then fair enough, you get me, do your thing. But it's them ones who are, they're going broke, like,
there's levels to it, innit?
Yeah. And I think no parent should ever feel like they have to go to that level to feel like they're, providing for their children, because I think children need a lot more than just one presence on one day. You know what I'm saying? And like, it's never going to be that important that you have to go that broke. So me as a parent, if my child really, really, really wanted something, I would fucking move heaven and earth to provide for the child and do what.
Is that what you call it these days? Heaven and earth, yeah?
Listen, if I've got to be out there shaking my ass and starting OnlyFans for the youth, yeah, I'll do what I've got to do in it. But in the same breath, it gets to a point, it's got to be a boundary, man. Like,
100%.
It don't make no sense. This don't make no sense. Because, like, for example, let's talk about PlayStations and Xboxes and whatever. I didn't get the PS1 the first year that I asked. I didn't get the PS2 the first year that I asked. You get me? Like, and it's just these things, like, I'd rather, looking back as a man, I'd rather my parents be like, yo, we can't afford it, than know that they have to, go through significant financial hardship, because let's be honest, boys. We went to a fucking private school, bro, and that weren't cheap. So
trust me.
If
our
our parents
You man went to a private school.
Listen, we
That's
we
why
went to
I
a
got my
private
PlayStation.
school.
Trust me.
I'd rather a PlayStation than private education, man.
Just throwing it out there.
Just put it out there.
Listen, that is big facts, man. Listen, if we didn't go to private schools, we would have got all that shit year one, innit?
Day one.
Day one, innit? Man.
Nah, do you know what is mad though? Because like you was just saying, I think like I was saying, there's levels to it. I feel like if I think this house, I might have said this before to you, man, before. I feel like obviously it's all about having an open and honest conversation. Because I rather, like thinking back to it, my parents saying, okay, I can afford it, but if I do buy it, we're not going to be able to say eat for the next month. Or, you know what I mean? I'd rather them say that and explain the reason why, rather than just say, oh, I can't afford it. Because then, like I said, you grow up thinking, wow, my parents are broke. And then in my head, it's like, okay, I need to be able to provide for my parents, even though in reality, the way the world is, no, that's not the case. Like they brought us into the world. So, do you know what I mean? It's not our job to provide for them in theory, as much as we want to help them and like probably like put them in a better place in life. And that's not on us. Do you know what I mean? And it's the same thing for my son. Like, okay, I brought him into this world. I need to do everything that I can. I don't want him to be turning around and thinking, oh, we don't have money, so I need to do X, Y, and Z, or I need to like be a success and to make your life easier. Do you know what I mean? I want him to have that life where it's like, okay, I can be whatever I want to be without feeling any pressure of having to like support you. So like I said, like I'd rather my parents have like been open and honest, and yeah, we can afford it, but like this is the reason why we're not actually buying it. Do you know what I mean? Rather than going, even if they were to like put themselves in debt for it, like it's just not worth it. Do you know what I mean? And I think a lot of parents don't explain that to their children. They'll rather just try and like get them whatever they want, or not get them to say, oh, I can't afford it. And then, like I said, the kids then under pressure because they think, oh, I need to actually go out and go make some money. And that's why you see a lot of these young kids on the roads and that, because they want to like get their mum out the ends and stuff like that. So it's all mad. That's just my personal thoughts anyway. Yeah.
Nah, I get what you mean, man, because I think you're right though. It is that open and honest dialect with the children. Like, for example, with my parents, it was always basketball was my thing, innit? So it's like when I was at Christmas and they were saying, we can't afford it. It's like, look, listen, we can't afford to get you X, Y, and Z, and then get you basketball trainers to go back to school with, or to get you new school shoes. And I think it is important that look, my parents are doing the best that they can, and they can't afford everything. You get me? And I think it is. I think what you're saying, Josh, is very, very, very important. But I think also to talk about peer pressure as a youth, like say we went to private school and like a lot of them fuckers in private school were rich in it, like
trust me,
they were rich in it, like, and we weren't, like our parents were working, and it was a significant burden for them to send us to private school. So like when I've got fucking Alex, who's mum dropped him off to school in a Bentley, and he's got a Xbox, he's got a PS1 and a N64 and all the games. I'm going to my man's yard, and as a youth, you don't really understand it yet. You don't understand. Listen, he's rich, you guys aren't, but you go home to your parents with the same expectations. You're like, oh, mum, Alex has got blah, 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 blah. Alex has got blah, 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 blah. And she's like,
you want to move in with Alex?
Yeah.
Want to live with Alex?
I get the peer pressure, because obviously if you hear that your son's friends has got X, Y, and Z and so much more than your son, you would, sometimes start to feel away. Like I need to try and, I don't want my son to feel left out, or for my son to feel like he's less than his friends, or he has less than his friends, and I think sometimes that just to go out and put yourself into debt is easier than to have that honest conversation where you could potentially, disappoint your child in the, in the near future,
but ultimately, obviously, would be a much more sensible way to go. You get what I'm saying? I mean, I think Jordash and Carlos have got it a bit easy because your two children can't tell you guys shit right now. But obviously, Anton, your children are a little bit more older. So, do you think that you feel the pressure, or have you ever felt the pressure, or would you feel the pressure, say if Tyler wanted something that you couldn't afford, how would you handle it, bro?
I think similar to what Jordash is saying. So I think the biggest obstacle is for me is not actually having financial talks with your children anyway. And financials and talking about money. Like, some weird reason people find it strange and talking about money with the kids.
Yeah.
Whereas mine,
talk about money in general there, sorry.
Talk about money in general. Yeah, talk about money in general.
Ask someone how much they earn, everyone's like, yo,
cost, man, that. Yeah,
it's true. Yeah, it's true. Whereas with mine, like, we talk about everything. Like, we're not bothered about it. So, like, even with money or with different things, because if I'm honest, we're quite fortunate in it. So, like, obviously things change, like now it has, but I've always had a decent job. Do you know what I mean? On decent money. So my kids have never needed to go for anything, and I would say that they're overly spoiled more than needing anything. So if I'm honest, I've never needed to, or never been in a position where I would have to say no to them. It's more, say no to them for financial reasons.
Because you can't afford it.
It'll be more out of principle, or more like, well, it's not needed. Do you know what I mean? So sometimes it's just the overindulgence, even when ordering certain things from online. Like, a perfect example is just the other day, Tyler, we brought him some new sliders because the sliders were messing up. So we brought Layla a new toy for her birthday, this like 360 thing, and it spins around, but it's like this electric scooter thing, like a trike. And they've been playing on that, and he's throwing all around the house, and then he mashed up his flip-flops from playing on it. So then Laura was like, oh, Tyler's damaged his sliders. Going on telling me. So I'm like, all right. Do you know what I mean? He doesn't need sliders. Do you know what I mean? They're comfortable. They're do you know what I mean? They're extra. He's got his old sliders there that still look fine to me. He can put them back on. Do you know what I mean? So Laura said, oh, I think we should order him some for Christmas. Okay, fair enough. Do what you're doing, innit? Obviously, I'll pay. So she ordered them. And then Layla never actually had any. So we ordered some for Layla at the same time. But Layla's were for now because Tyler actually had a pair. What recently he got. So obviously, they came. And then I said to Laura, I was like, she's like, the sliders come for the kids. I was like, yeah, they're in there. I was like, should I get Layla's out? Because it's not fair on her, is it? She's like, yeah. I was like, well, I'll leave Tyler's in there because they're for Christmas, aren't they? Yeah, they are. Okay. Give Layla hers. And then all of a sudden you can see Tyler like staring at them. So then Laura's like, oh, I'll just go and get Tyler's. I was like, why? I bought it for Christmas. Oh, but did you see his face? Oh, no, we'll just give him now. Do you know what I mean? So then it was on them where I was like, oh, I just couldn't be arsed. So I was, all right, yeah, go on then. So he would get them. So for me, that's an overindulgence because it's even though it's not costing huge amounts of money, he's not understanding and he's not getting the value of those sliders that he's got. Yeah. They're not cheap. They're probably still like 20 odd quid. You're 9. Like the last ones that you had, they lasted you like about 6 weeks. Like for sliders, that's mad. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. They're not cheap. They're probably branded like decent Nike sliders. Like I've had mine, and mine lasts me 2 years, son. So like yours,
big facts.
You know what? As you get older, it's like that.
You made that shit last, didn't it?
But it's like that. Or they'll ask me because like we'll go shopping. I'm open. I'll tell them like how much my things cost, and they'll look at my trainers. I've got expensive taste. You know what I mean? So they'll ask me how much trainers. I'll tell them, and they'll be like, "Oh." So then Tyler said, "Can I have a pair?" So I go, "Yeah, we'll go and choose you a pair." Do you know what I mean? I'll go and choose Tyler a pair, and he wants to try and look. No, son. No, this is your price range here, but you spend so much on yours. Yes, 1, it's my money, and 2. Yeah, my feet don't grow anymore. So these shoes,
that's the main thing.
do you know what I mean? My trainers now, they're going to last
10
me.
years.
Exactly. Until the soul goes on these trainers, I'm going to wear these trainers. You, son, are going to wear them for about 6 weeks, and then your big foot's going to grow again.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So it's that difference. And then, but with Tyler, like, to be honest, I can't he doesn't ask for anything. So he's not like that anyway. Do you know what I mean? That's just an example where he would because was out normally, and otherwise he wouldn't. He's not a kid that would ask for anything. Layla, my little girl, she would. So she's asked for everything and anything. She don't care. Do you know what I mean? She lives literally with the mantra of you don't ask, you don't get.
You don't get, yeah.
So she'll ask, and the difference between Tyler and Layla is Tyler, if he asks for something and you tell him no, you can see it in his face that it's hit him like a ton of bricks. Do you know what I mean? He goes, oh, okay. And then he'll walk off and he's thinking about it. Layla, she'll ask something, you'll say no, and she goes, okay. And she just walks off like it's nothing. Do you know what I mean? It's water for ducks back to her. So yeah. But yeah, for me, I don't know. I think it's more principle. So if they don't deserve something or it's not warranted, then they're not gonna get it. Unless Laura overrides me in it, because she does that quite often as well. So I'll say no, and then she don't do it directly, but then she won't do it like in front of the kids. Like if I say no, and then they go to her, she will say yeah. She won't do that. Do you know what I mean? But she would hear me say no, and then like a whirlwind, she's in the room and she's like trying to give me eye contact, like. So all right then, yeah. Go ask your mum.
Wanted it.
Yeah.
What about you, Carlos?
I was gonna say, for me, I wouldn't be getting anything for Remy. That's gonna put me out, and I know it's gonna put me out because I'm forever looking at my spreadsheets, seeing what I can afford in general anyway. So if I know I can't afford it, I'm just gonna have to let him know that, look, he ain't gonna get it.
Yeah.
But how are you going to be saying that to him though? Because if he's telling you, that he's in school and that all the other kids have got AirPods, but you're trying to send him into school with some wired Apple AirPods.
Do you know what they call them? Do you know what they call the wired ones? Poverty wires.
Poverty wires.
They call them poverty wires.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. So I'm saying,
how are you going to handle that? You're going to send. So you're going to tell me that you're going to send Remy to school, with poverty wires.
Do you know what? In that context, I feel like I'd be under pressure.
You would.
That's what I'm saying. That's
what you would be, bro.
Pressure.
I feel like I'd have gone to, do you want AirPods or do you want AirPods Pro? Which one do you want? You can pick because I couldn't.
You know what, Carlos? You'd be like, yo, listen, these are called AirBuds, but they're just like AirPods.
AirPods.
I wouldn't know, because I don't think I would put myself out knowingly, because that's one thing I'd never do, and I wouldn't ask people for anything. Like my parents, for something that I know that they couldn't afford, or I don't think they could afford. I just avoid it. So I want to bring Remy up like the way we were brought up, because I think the way we were brought up, our generation was brought up right. This new generation's a bit crazy for other people anyway, not for us, but everything they want. So I want him to learn the value of, well, if you work hard, you earn it.
Yeah, that's another thing as well. Like, like you got rewarded in school, innit?
Believe in that mantra.
If you work hard, you deserve it, and you should get it. Yeah. If you work hard and you just deserve it for the effort you're putting in, I feel like you should get it.
Oh, you're trying to say that because it's like you coming.
Me? No. Obviously, it's like, to me, it's about working smart rather than working hard. Because you can work hard at something, and then people sometimes will not even see the value in it.
Like, but listen, Jordash, he's talking about his youth, bro. He's talking about Remy. Like, not fucking, listen, Remy's a little baby, bro. He's fine at this stage in his life, it is fine.
To work hard. No, blood. You have to instill it from early, bro. I was telling you about it.
I'll put him around to you, and he can learn the hustle. Work smart.
No, listen. I need to ask. Listen. So listen, Jordash. You're trying to tell me now, your youth comes to you in it. Listen, I don't know, 2 years old, yeah, and he's been working hard, not smart. You trying to tell me, yeah, you're not gonna reward, man?
For working hard. Don't get me wrong. I'll be proud of whatever work he's done.
Nah, listen, son, you worked hard, you didn't work smart, so I'm sorry.
But no, obviously you get rewarded because, like I said, you get rewarded. But like I said, to get to the next levels in life, it has to be smart.
As a 2-year-old, bro.
Trust me.
So basically, what you're saying is, is that you'd reward Sereno anyway, yeah. So, for instance, if you ask Sereno,
if I'm proud of it, if I'm happy with his work,
let me get this out. Let me just get this out, yeah, because I've got an analogy in my head. You get me? So, if you ask Sereno now, to go out and cut the grass, you get me? And then, boom, my man, I don't know, got Remy in for a $5 to go and do the grass for him. You get me?
Yo, touch me now, my G.
That's what I'm saying now. But then it comes to you now, and it's like, Dad, how much you give me for the grass? You're like a tenner. He's like, right, okay. And then you're like, I thought you was doing the grass. And he's like, nah. Remy's doing it for me for a $5.
Yeah.
Then that's what I'm saying. So that, for me, then is that your version of working smart in it? Because all he's done then is use his head in it, and he's like, right, okay, Remy, do you want to turn a $5?
The grass got cut because it's family. I'll probably sort Remy out for doing it. Do you get me? But
I'm just using Remy as an example.
Yeah. But like I was saying, in general, if he's got out and outsourced the work and he still made his money and saved his time, and then he got more time to do something else.
Jordash, you've asked Sereno to cut the grass for a reason. And you've asked him to do it for a reason, right? You've not asked it to test his fucking business acumen, bro. It's like Sereno in his room now, No.
But if he's come out and done that, I'll be like, wow, I'll be amazed.
He's in his room, right? He's playing with all his fucking toys and his shitty little city kits out and all that shit, And it's all over the floor. His room's a mess, in it, And you've just tidied his room.
Because there's a city kit on the floor.
Shitty little city kit on the floor, bro. And you've gone, listen, Sereno, tidy your room, No, I don't want to. I'm not going to do it. I'm bad you, Go, listen, tidy the blood clot room. I'm not tidying the room, All right, cool. Bet, you've gone back in, you see fucking Remy on his hands and knees tidying his room. He's giving me his fucking week's pocket money. Are you going to reward that, bro?
No, because obviously the way he's gone about it, because if I've told him or asked him to do something, then I'll probably expect him.
Like cut the grass.
I'd expect him to do it. No, because there's like I said, there's a difference between saying cut the grass, because in reality, in theory, it's not his real job, but his real job will be to maintain that his room is tidy. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if I've told him to tidy his room and he's not tidied his room, then I'll be like, okay. I wouldn't even shout at him. I'll just explain this is the reason why it is a problem. The problem is if you don't tidy your room, then you're not going to be able to find anything. I have to explain it on their level. I won't be like, if he's got Remy in his hands and knees as well, I'll be like, okay, I can understand your thoughts behind it, but the problem is it's your room. Are you going to help Remy tidy his room? Do you know what I mean? So it's just, again, the communication aspect of it. I won't be going in all guns blazing, you haven't tidied your room, but I'll be like, okay, smart thinking, bringing someone in to help you. You go out and help them as well, innit? If it's going to help get the job done. So, there's ways around it, bro. I've got it all thought out. But if he did outsource the work, I'll touch him down, because I'm like, at least he's not going to be like an employee. He might turn around to be a boss, innit?
Right, listen, I just need this to be known that you can work hard and you can work smart,
It'll be that.
But Jason basically saying you can work hard and work smart. No one's disputing that, bro.
George actually saying you only get rewarded for working smart in his house.
No. I said I would.
No, he said, in his defense, he said you get touched down for working smart.
Big fact in it, Carl.
No, but at first, Dash did say that you wouldn't necessarily reward them for working hard in it, but you'd reward them for working smart. He did say that.
Okay.
Because Carlos said,
Right.
yo, as if Remy works hard and he deserves it, and you were like, what, works hard, Carlos?
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, works hard. Oh, okay. And you waited, and you came with, you gotta work smart, not hard.
Nah, but I do.
Well, it's true.
Nah, but it is true, and I do get what you're saying.
I get it.
Because that's what I said. You have to instill these things from early, though. Still.
Yeah, but I think you need
some
to
people
instill.
just work hard at the wrong things. Do you know what I mean?
Nah, but I think you need both, though. You need both. You need to work hard.
Okay.
Work ethic. You got to have some sort of work. You got to work out.
Work ethic. That's what I'm about.
Right.
Because you know how many of these guys out here are absolute geniuses, but just can't be asked. They're just so lazy. It's mad. It's mad.
Oh, it's different intelligence, isn't it? So they're smart at different.
Yeah.
So,
It's like people can't, like, it's like even myself, I'm going to be honest with you, I struggle. I have all these ideas in my head, but I struggle to monetize them. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, and I can't ever bring an idea into a Bentley.
Yeah.
No, Bentley.
Sorry?
Bentley.
Yeah, I don't know. Listen. I don't know how to get from idea
to Bentley.
To Bentley.
And lots of bitches.
Film a rap video. In fact, film a gangster rap video because that is
gangster rap video.
Pull up to them strip clubs that you and Carlos used to turn up to.
I have no idea. What about Jordan?
What, you and Carlos have platinum cards to that one? Platinum cards, you know, Dash.
The library.
Yeah.
Before the
show.
I mean?
You man had a merry old Christmas.
The
clubs.
The library. I'm listening, guys. I'm a happily married man.
You are happily married, but I'm just saying, that Portia knew you on a first name basis.
Portia? Who's Portia? You talking about Cinnamon?
Oh, was that a name, Cinnamon?
Cinnamon rolls.
Yo, I legit do not know any strippers like that, guys.
Anymore.
But back to what you were saying there, Carlos, before I interjected with my smart hardware.
Yeah, no, I'm going to make sure that he's working smart so that he can get what he deserves.
Yeah, 100%. But I think, do you know what? More time with these things, sorry to interrupt. Obviously, everyone knows Christmas is coming up. It comes up at the same time of the year, every single year.
Yeah.
So I just don't understand like the whole issue around it.
I just do a diddlem now. It's a simple thing. I just do it with my mum, and I just put £100 in, like partner hand, and all it is. That's just my Christmas money. So,
but then that's what I'm trying to say. Everyone knows it happens every single year, but yet everyone is always in like some form of issues. More time, more people are having issues than not. But I think that's probably something that's throughout the year rather than just Christmas itself. You know what I was
going to say, especially this year with what's gone on with COVID and everything, and loads of people losing their jobs and just the uncertainty, the amount of people are using food banks and stuff.
True, man.
So, and then what's mad is the PS5's come out now. I know I've got one before any of you bought the ticket, but the PS5's come out now, and so have you, Jason. Actually, good point.
I've got one. I've also got an Xbox there. It's my Xbox. It's so fucking pretty, man.
Nah, I heard debate, but anyway. The point is the price of them now, and obviously when they released it, I'm coming up to before Christmas, and the fact of now that people are selling them second-hand, the ones that I'm
that's sad. It's so sad.
They're going for like £1,000 over.
It's so sad.
You know what I'm saying? So when you got these families that are struggling anyway, that haven't budget, and then you got these young kids that are just saying, "What do you want? PS5?" Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That in itself just causes a bit of pressure.
Yeah, but I think it's like with everything. Obviously, like I don't have a PlayStation, I don't have an Xbox, but if you're about making money, and if you've got one of those, and there's an opportunity to sell one, then obviously you would sell it for more money, wouldn't you?
I agree.
Oh, nah, 100%. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying like. I'm not saying.
Because you know
I'm
what,
not saying
listen,
like, oh, I can't believe people are profiteering off PS5s because nah, that's just a smart thing. Like it's like mine.
Yeah.
I pre-ordered mine. Like my boy, he pre-ordered two. One for him, his kids, and then one for his sister's boys as well. But his missus did the same thing, and they had they miscommunicated it when they spoke about it. Do you know what I mean? So obviously,
So it ended up with like 4.
Yeah, so they had 4 PlayStations turn up. So he rang me up straight away and was like, "Do you want a PlayStation?" And I was like, "Oh, I've got one pre-ordered." So then he was like, "Oh, sorry, Carlos."
No, Mom could have had a PlayStation.
Nah, to be fair, I might still be able to get you one anyway. We'll talk about that later. But yeah, so he just went and sold them both, and I said, "Hey, just raffle them." So one of them, he just went, "Let me see what it does," and then did it for £25 a raffle ticket, and he did 100 raffle tickets, and it went like that. So got £2.5 grand,
100%.
£2.5 grand for a PS5,
PlayStation.
and then just does the ball online. And then it was a lot of people then just thinking like, well, it's 25 quid, you know what I mean? It's worth it.
So
might as well give it a go, innit? Yeah. Now the thing is, I've seen, you know, in regards to this PS5 and Christmas thing, bro. Like I've been reading up about, you know, them scalper groups who've like bought thousands of PlayStation 5 and shit. But I was reading it on a level like a lot of these people who buy into these scalper groups are people who need the money. Like it's bad because there's people who do the profit, but it's that there's those groups that were set up, like everyone put in, we'll all buy PS5s, then we'll sell them and split the money between us again. And
Bro, of course, because they've had to have money to put into that. If they didn't have money, they wouldn't have done it in the first place.
But it's like
money breeds money.
Yeah, it's true. And it's like then you got people, like, you got the mums in it who like on Facebook like desperately saying, "Yo, I need a PS5 for Christmas. I can't afford to buy them from one of these pages. I need them for my son." And it's something you see from both points of views, man. It is sad.
Nah, I don't even feel sorry for him because for me, just pre-order like I did.
Or not even, just don't get one. Like it's not that deep. Like,
just pre-order or have the conversation with your child. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm not being funny, but if you're needing to go to a food bank or you're needing to buy it on finance, or on one of them Clueco or whatever it is where you have to pay it off in 3 monthly payments, then the PS5's not for you.
But no,
you know what I mean?
No, but it's not even. But which is fair enough. But it's also the fact that
it's not for them, it's for the child.
You can buy the PS5 in the shop for $450, or you can buy it off one of these pages for £800. Like,
so again, it's one of them where you're just gonna have to wait longer than innit. It's like, do you know what? I had the same thing a few years ago with Tyler and his damn Hatchimo. And you don't understand what I had to go through to get this boy a Hatchimo. Do you know what I mean? There was mad prices coming up for this Hatchimo. In the end, I don't even know how I got him, but I managed to get him a Hatchimo. And I remember the look on Laura's face, the excitement, because I got Tyler this Hatchimo. And then his excitement on Christmas Day was amazing. And then once it hatched, the boy went off it. And then I said from that day, I am not tracking down another Christmas present for that boy. Do you know what I'm saying? If it's there, it's there, and I can afford it, I'll get it. If it's not, then it is what it is. And son, sorry to be disappointing you today, but you know what? This is what it is. In a few days, there is probably going to be more, and there'll be sales. So you know what? There's a high chance that I probably will get it you then. Simple.
But like you've all touched on, from when you're growing up, you don't even remember presents more time. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. Like, to me, if you can make a Christmas or this whole period fun, that's the main thing. I say bring out them board games. Do you know what I mean? Pay charades or something. Like you can make Christmas like whatever you want it to be, and you don't even necessarily have to spend money like that. Do you know what I mean? So it's like I said, like it's just one of them.
Sorry, right, man. Then let's wrap up. There was just one little thing that I wanted to listen as well. Sorry, go on, Jason.
I was going to say, I had one last thing now to talk about as well, to be fair.
Yeah,
so
go on.
Mine was just in regards to the Sainsbury's Christmas advert.
Yo!
all I wanted to know is why do people get so upset to see a black family celebrating Christmas? I don't know. I can't get my head around it. So if you man have got any hot takes or any idea as to what the hell's going on, I'll be glad to.
All I know is that I'm all up in Sainsbury's, walking around.
Facts, innit?
Especially as a racist now. Yeah, I'm refusing to use Sainsbury's. That's perfect for me. Then that's my number one shot. You get me? Fuck you. Go wherever you want to go. Yeah, don't use Sainsbury's. Do you know what I'm saying? Don't bother me.
Yeah.
It's just
pathetic.
mad how the color of people's skin can infuriate people so much over advert. How many adverts did they bring out? Like 3 adverts.
3 in the end. 3 in the end.
Yeah, like what? Because one had black people in it. Like people want to get all anti-tanty or whatever you want to call it.
But you get it because now people are like saying, "Oh, do you want to do it because of black dads' lives? Do you want to do it because of the Black Lives Matters?" Do you know what I mean? And you're like, nah, that's not even the case, is it? That's not why.
You know what? The public, even if the awareness, like because of the awareness of everything that's gone on, obviously a lot of people are trying to see that they are more inclusive.
Yeah.
So it may not necessarily be coming from the right place, but regardless, we're on TV. Do you know what I mean? Like, and it's showing people in like, well, the family in a decent light. Because I read one comment and it's like, this doesn't represent a black family because the black dad's there. And I was thinking,
yeah, all that dumb shit. That is pissing me off.
It doesn't make no sense. But then this is what I'm saying, and then see another thing is, with Audi, is it Audi with the carrot and no one has a problem with the carrot?
Yeah.
Not represent anyone's family. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's mad, like no problem with the carrot, but all up on your TV, talking and doing bits. Do you know what I mean? But
it's all right, but seeing I mean, it was mad. I mean, the comments were joke though still, because I remember I read one night, it was, I'm dreaming of a white Christmas. And I was like, fuck's sakes.
But sorry, just to touch on that as well then, there's on there, well, it was bringing me into my last point, but I just wanted just to slide off that quickly. When you're talking, it's just when you was mentioning about the Sainsbury's thing, something happened in football as well, in the Millwall match.
Mad, innit?
When the players took a knee. So then
yesterday,
the fans start booing. And then what makes me laugh is people then say that racism isn't in England, that racism in this country. Do you know what I mean? And you think, it is though. It's all over the place. Do you know what I mean? And that's just a shining example of where it's coming out. And then my last point, to be fair, it does sort of tie into it, was on systematic racism then, and talking about the country. And I get that Christianism is the biggest religion, or Christians the biggest religion in UK, but we've got Corona, you've got COVID-19 that's just spreading. That's not going to break for 5 days for us to have Christmas. Yeah.
But then they lock off Eid.
But they locked off Eid, bro. There's a few religious things that they've locked off, and that they've shut down the country just before they started.
Yeah, without no warning. I can remember that Eid one.
Mad, isn't it? A tweet the night before. You mad?
Yeah. Do you know what I mean, though? And then, but then for me, because I sit on the fence on this one, right? And this is why I'm putting it to you guys, because I didn't really know how to think about it. Because on one hand, you're saying, it's racist, because how can they stop Eid and not stop Christmas, you get me? When they're both religious celebrations, I'm supposed to say. But then on the flip side to that, it's in England, and in England, in the UK, the religion is predominantly Christianity.
No, it's still racist, bro. It's still racist regardless, bro.
But one point is if you've got the majority of a population that celebrate a certain religion, then surely then, if the country is going to be opened up for any sort of festive period, it's going to be on a religion where it's predominantly. It's like if we went to a Middle East country, they probably would do the opposite way around. They'll probably open up and celebrate Eid and do that, but then bun Christmas because they're like, well, it's not a real thing anyway.
Yeah, but the thing is, go on there, Carlos.
I was going to say, but in the UK, even though it's Christianity, I bet most English people aren't even Christians going to church and stuff.
That is exactly what I was going to say.
But that's fair enough. But Anton's right. It is a Christian country, though. It is like whether they go to church or not. Like it is Christian. Like, well, is it Christian or Catholic? I'm not sure. It's the same
Catholic,
thing in my head,
it's Christianity, isn't it? Anyway,
Christianity, but Catholic and
the branch of Christianity. Yeah, so
but it depends, innit? Because Henry VIII came and come up with Church of England, so that's why we just put it into one Christianity.
I think as a country, we identify with Christianity, don't we? So, for example, if we're in Middle Eastern, we would be like, all right, cool, fun Christmas. I agree, bro.
No, I hear that, but I just think, like, obviously, it's just the way they went about it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, the way they went about it was disgusting.
They locked it off, literally the day before.
Yeah.
Not even the night.
Do you know what I mean? Like I said, with everything, if you, like I say, even with Christmas presents, if as long as you tell or someone says they want something and they give you enough notice, then it's fine. Because then, like I said, if your child, for example, came and said, "Oh, I want this present," okay, you've given me notice, and then can find a way of sorting that.
Yeah.
And then that'll be fine. Do you know what I mean? If you can't then do it, okay, you can explain it. With this whole lockdown business, if they explain beforehand, say, okay, this is what's happening, this is what's not happening, then at least you can get your head around it, and then you can make a decision whether you are going to conform or not. Do you know what I mean? But just imagine, like Christmas or Eid, you've cooked up your big food, you've got everyone planned to get together, and the day before they're saying, nah, you can't get together. So what, you're going to expect all that food to go to waste? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, I get that, because we're not ignorant to the culture and what happens in that culture.
Yeah.
But then if you're looking at Big Bojo, him and his people, they not saying it's correct and that they're right in it, but they're ignorant to that though, bro. They're not going to be looking. They're not going to be looking and thinking, oh yeah, because boom, this is what they do. This is how they do. This is how they're going to celebrate Eid. This is what's going to be going down. Do you know what I mean? They're not thinking that. Hence why it was for me, and this is why I sort of slide. I take on the racism side of it and say, well, it's wrong because of, like you said, the notice and the time period of when they actually stopped it. Because for me, it's like it was an afterthought.
Wait, hold up. Didn't they not open up everything up just after that period as well?
Yeah.
Lockdown for about 3 weeks.
No. So it was like 3 days or something.
Yeah, because remember, it wasn't actually fully locked down, remember? Because that was
it was regional things, innit?
Yeah. It was after the first lockdown, and basically what it looked like on the regional maps, especially
where the ones I see, but
in social media,
Asian.
Correct.
Yeah.
And then what they try to then say is, oh yeah, it's because the culture, because the way they live too close together.
They're all mixed in.
Do you know what I mean? But then what I find mad is, but then now, what, they're not mixing now then? So how come them rates have gone then? Do you know what I mean though? It's like, I don't know, it just, and that's the only thing with me where it's a bit like, I don't know what to trust because it's a bit dodgy. Do you know what I mean? And none of the government ever seemed to tell you anything straight.
Yeah, of course they won't, bro.
You know
of course not. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, it is in a way you get it. You get me? Like, if it had been done correctly, like, and it had been framed like, yo, listen, we're fighting a pandemic, it is a terrible thing. Stay in your yards. Then all right, cool. Like, you can kind of understand it, but the way it was done, in the manner that it was done, and who it affected just made it too much like, listen, it just made it seem it was those like Muslims, you man can't be trusted, stay in your yards, X, Y, and Z. But I mean, let's be honest, bro, if us black people had like a massive national holiday, like, I don't know, fucking Bob Marley Day or some shit, the best believed government would cut off that as well.
Obviously, remember they tried to do that about the marches and the protests. Of
course, bro.
There's going to be a big spike. There's going to be a big spike because of all these Black Lives Matter protests. So
they don't care. They don't care about us. They don't care about us. Like, and they.
Well, they do now. They do now. Did you know there's
They
a
don't
vaccine? Because
don't even try and pretend it. Listen, that's another question. Are you man taking that vaccine?
Bro.
No.
I don't believe in vaccines, to be fair. That's just me in general.
Because that's a bigger conversation, you know. So
That is
you
a
know,
bigger
It is a bigger conversation. It is a bigger conversation. But like if in general, like me in general, I don't like even doctors and stuff. Obviously, yeah, I do believe them and whatnot, but necessarily I do probably believe more in a holistic approach. That's just my thoughts on it.
Yeah.
Not
So,
even just
are you
with
are you
this in
opposed?
general.
Are you opposed to vaccines then?
No, I'm not opposed to them because obviously I've been vaccinated myself. Do you know what I mean? It's not like I've not had any vaccines, but now even in general, like injections or stuff like that, man, don't even like taking paracetamol, bro. Like I don't like medicine.
If I take some shit, it's serious. Like I'm
there is a.
I'm on death's door if I'm taking paracetamol.
Yeah.
But then that's what I'm saying. That's my whole viewpoint in terms of like obviously doctors, the the students who have gone to university and have learned a particular subject, and obviously, they're going to follow what they're told to teach, if you know what I mean. So in reality, like I've been to the doctors once and I've seen the guy just like typing. It's not obviously the internet, but on his computer.
Yeah, it's their portal to put in symptoms, isn't it? Yeah.
But then it's come up with the answer. So I'm thinking, in reality, man can do that on Google. Not saying you do that on Google, because if you do that on Google, you'll be bloody dying with all sorts of things if you just type your symptoms on Google. But in general, like, I don't necessarily believe that. I believe in that, they can tell you what's wrong with you, but then I feel like it is then up to you to try and solve it, unless it's something like, your arm's falling off or something along those lines. I feel like everything in this world, there is like plants and stuff in order to heal you. Do you know what I mean? Like I said, with the stuff like the flu, in my opinion, obviously, this is just my thoughts of things. Flu, what do? They inject the flu in you for your body to fight it. Do you know what I mean? So obviously, I think that's just weird in itself. Chemotherapy, obviously, this is a touchy one for some people, but again, with chemo, they inject stuff in you to help your body to try and fight it. And again, it destroys your good cells and bad cells. So again, it's one of those things like, obviously, I do get it. I can understand it can like probably give you a better life. But personally, like I said, I just don't like all of those things. Do you know what I mean? Personally, if it was up to me, if that's the way I'm meant to go, that's where I'm going to go. I'm just trying to find like a natural way to try and solve it. It may be harder. I may not have a chance of doing that, but that's the route I would personally take. So even now with Sereno, I didn't even want him to have his vaccines. He had his first ones, but after that, that was it. He hasn't had any more. Because like I said, I just don't.
Which ones have you not let him have?
He just had the first one. I don't even know what the first one is, but I didn't.
Well, you normally have two, don't they? They have two, don't they, from being
baby? I thought it was like 3. Is that 3?
It's two.
I don't remember.
Anyway, Christmas, man. Christmas.
But it's just one of them.
I think Jordas being an anti-vac.
I'm not anti-vac.
I think Jordas being an anti-vac is a whole nother.
That's a whole other episode. That's a whole other episode.
That's a full episode, man. That's a full episode.
I'm not anti-vac. I believe in vaccination, but I just personally did myself.
Listen, Jordas trying to tell me daffodils can cure cancer is mad.
Say that again.
Daffodils control.
Daffodils. Man didn't say that.
Jordas telling man, listen, daffodils can cure cancer is mad.
Nah, but on that though, if they can come up with a vaccine this quick for
so quick.
Something must happen with cancer, you know.
Well, listen. It's the same thing that Carlos in it posting his little anti-vac thing on Instagram today about when they first found asbestos, they thought it was like a godsend and telling women it's okay to smoke whilst pregnant and all them things, innit? But Carlos, it was on your Instagram, Carlos. Give me fucking more than that, bro.
Conspiracy. Everything the government.
Nah, don't be a conspiracy theorist, bro.
Think about it. I tell you,
Yeah, but obviously, so far, like these are companies, these are big companies. Obviously, people got positive from it, and people have got.
People are going to profit from it. Yeah.
So us being sick is what keeping the pharmaceutical industry
It's true.
operating. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's just to be all of them, isn't it? Like, regardless.
It's true. That's why when this pandemic hit, my own employers, they was buzzing. Do you know what I mean? They won't admit it in public, but they've had their a record year and are just selling out. And do you know what I mean? All products are going because it's needed. So they're not complaining. Do you know what I mean? They're like cheeky pandemic. That's how they look at it. It's true though, because it's all about money.
All the billionaires as well who've come out of the pandemic, how many times richer? It's mad, isn't it? Anyway.
Yeah, so we just all got to monetize, isn't it?
It's true, man. It is true.
So, Jason.
Yo.
Jams, yeah?
You done know already, man. You man like toast, yeah? All right, cool. Got a jam for that.
Yeah.
Listen, yeah. If there's anybody on this podcast, yeah, who's tried man jam, put your hand up. Give me a fucking review, then, bro. The hell you sitting there all quiet and shit for?
You know what though? I plugged your when I had it at the time. But
Yeah. Nah, we'll tell the man then, like, tell him a minute, yeah. What was he saying, yo?
Yo, the jam went off. Literally.
I didn't even know you was really selling jam, you know, Jason. To be fair.
4 rounds of jam on it. Remy didn't like it, but Remy don't like jam.
Fuck, listen, what does Remy know? He's a youth, Remy don't know. Listen, that's pissed me off, bro. Fuck.
Nah, you know what though? No. Do you know what though? To be fair,
sorry, Carl. I'm sorry, Laura.
I tried him with a normal jam, and then tried him with your jam. He did like yours more than normal jam, but he doesn't like jam. Period.
So basically, yeah.
Yo, Jason.
Young for it. Yo.
Does your jam taste nice with halloumi?
Yeah, we'll see what jams you do or how we can get hold of these jams because I'll buy some, bro.
Listen.
Goes off.
Right.
I do a raspberry, a strawberry, and a mix of raspberry and strawberry.
Okay, which is your preferred?
Well, the ones I've got the best reviews of are either the raspberry or the mix.
So not the strawberry.
I get good reviews, but our people who've tried all three.
All three, yeah.
Yeah. They've said the mixed, then the raspberry, then the strawberry. Me personally, I think the strawberry is 90,000 times better than both of them, but everyone's got individual taste in it.
I'll probably go for a strawberry as well myself, too.
Yeah. Prefer strawberry all day, any day, man. Listen, I'll send you a strawberry, though. Don't worry about that, bro.
I'll order one, bro. So how do we order it?
Listen, you need to DM me, yeah. DM me on jam jam noir. Yeah. DM me on. You guys are mugging me off, bro. Listen, yeah. Yo, DM me on jam_noir on Instagram, yeah, for all your jam needs. You get me?
Yeah, man, definitely.
I need to go make an Instagram page now, innit?
Yeah, you do.
Yeah. Let's hope that page is free.
And if you made it this far, guys, thank you. We do appreciate it.
Of course, thank you so much.
So congratulations.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas.
You've been here with
Carlos,
myself.
Next line, bro.
I was waiting for Carlos. And a Happy New Year. Deep voice.
Just doing gang signs, isn't it? Come on, Barry, right?
Yeah, Happy New Year, bloods.
You've been here with me, Anton.
And it's me, Dash, my son's favourite dad, pro anti-vaxxer. It's more, man. I'm getting all confused in that.
Guy, you know.
And it's me, Carlos. Thanks for listening in again, guys. We appreciate you guys for listening. And Merry Christmas. Enjoy the season.
Listen, yo, and it's me, Jason. Thank you so much for listening. Comment, subscribe, like, tell a friend, all that good stuff, man. And Merry Christmas.
Yeah, Merry Christmas, guys. Make sure you like, share, subscribe.
Yeah,
like, share, comment, subscribe. Hit the jam man up, the jam man.